Hello everyone, welcome back to all of you in the Smelly Army. So today we're going to be having another one of my quick impromptu unboxing videos where I don't normally put in any editing, and these are fairly short, usually something that I've bought from eBay or elsewhere during the week, a fragrance, and often, but not always, something vintage, maybe a discontinued one, which is the case today. So let's check it out. Before we get into that, a quick plug. Please go and check out my written review website, www.mrsmelly.com. The latest review is New York Intense by Nikolai, and I'm going to be trying this year to knock out a written one, each week. And it's nice to have the chance to have a written review to read rather than YouTube videos, a little bit of a different way of talking about fragrances, and something I'm keen to expand on this year. And of course, the other thing that I've got is Instagram. Please go and check out and hopefully follow me on Instagram at Mr. Smelly 1977, and that would help me a lot, and also should be entertaining for you, because you will see that I post a picture of my scent of the day or something that I'm trying, and a mini review almost every day. So go ahead and follow me on those two formats if you would like to. Let's get into today's subject matter then, and we have a fragrance from 1988. It's in here. And this one, I'll tell you the perfumers, there's two of them. It's Rosendo Mateo, who also did many other fragrances, including Paco Rabanne's Excess, and this one, Chic for Men, from Carolina Herrera, a nice cheap one that you can still pick up today, nice fresh, zingy, spicy scent. And the other gentleman involved, the perfumer, was Alberto Marias, who made many famous fragrances, including, of course, the legendary Acqua di Gio from Giorgio Armani. So let's check out the fragrance that we've got. I've made some incisions in the box to speed things up a little bit, so my knife has been used, but I'm not going to be faffing around with it on camera. So the box is ready to open. This is my first experience of this fragrance. Let's see how it comes. So it looks safely packaged there, and we've got a little bit of paper from the person who sent it, or the Hermes tracking thing. Some nice pink tissue paper, very nice indeed. And here's the fragrance. Now it's just a 25ml bottle that I've got, and we can see it's safely wrapped in the bubble wrap there. So I'm going to use the knife and get into this one. See if you can guess what it is. And it's from 1988, often compared to things like Kouros by Yves Saint Laurent and Ted Lapidus pour Homme, from what I've read in reviews online. So it's one of these 80s powerhouse fragrances. A bit late to the game really, because it came out in the late 80s. Whereas things like Kouros and Teus from Chanel, Jules from Dior came out in the early 80s. But this one was 1988. Here it is at last. Okay, so the fragrance in question is Sybaris from Antonio Puig, the people who bought us Quorum in the early 80s. And as far as I can find out, the name there, Sybaris, was a city in ancient Italy, or what was Italy, before it was that was a country, of course, in the sort of BC era before Christ. So really many years ago there was a city called Sybaris. I assume that's kind of what they've named this one after. So we've just got a little 25ml eau de toilette splash here, and apparently it's a bit of a powerhouse. I'm just going to have to take it off camera for a moment to actually, let's see what we can do. Okay, so I'm going to put some on a little paper strip. This could be a bit fiddly, but let's do it on camera. Bottle design, quite nice, quite interesting. Eau de toilette splashes, not always the most fun thing to use, but we've got enough there to get a good flavour of how this one smells. So let's try it out. It's actually less pungent and overpowering than I feared. I feared it might be a little bit animalic and heavy, but it's quite fresh in the opening. So I'm going to sniff that. Yeah, it definitely does have a reminiscence to me on first impression of things like Oscar de la Renta pour Louis, and yeah, maybe perhaps a hint of things like Quorum and Yves Saint Laurent's Kouros. I'll give you the note listing for this one. In the top we have lemon, mandarin, green notes, basil, cumin and aldehydes. In the mid it's jasmine, juniper, cinnamon, sandalwood, carnation, geranium and artemisia. And in the base we have moss, amber, olibanum, patchouli, vetiver and leather. So I like the bottle design. The liquid is pretty depleted there, so I hope it hasn't been contaminated. You do worry that one this old will have lost some of its top notes. I think it disappeared sometime in the mid to early 1990s from our shelves. Certainly a very green, fresh opening, but with this kind of leathery undertone and hints of the kind of fragrance notes I associate with things like Chanel's and Teus and Oscar de la Renta pour Louis. Very pleasant, very classy. a little less sledgehammer over the head like than things like Ted Lapidus Pour Lui, and even for me than Chorus from Yves Saint Laurent on my first impression. So a green herbal kind of fragrance with some mossiness, leather, wood, or a lot of the typical 80s ingredients. At this stage, it would be hard to say that it stood out from any of those as being particularly different or better than them, but I, of course, have only just tried a tiny bit on a paper strip. So I'll let you know if this one's worth finding when I come back with it, maybe in another video. If you don't hear about it, we can assume it was underwhelming. But I got it for just about £10, including post. It's 25ml bottle, nearly empty, but maybe 10-12 mils left. And that was an okay price, and I'm pleased to add it to the collection. Let me know if you've tried Sybaris from Antonio Puig. First impressions: a very pleasant 80s powerhouse manly style fragrance, but doesn't leap out as anything amazing, and perhaps it disappeared from the shelves because of that. But let me know if you've tried it. Thanks very much for watching. Remember, whatever we're doing in life, let's project. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Smelly.